It's a lot of rage right now. It's a lot of anger. It's a lot of frustration. Just coming from myself personally, I feel it's been, open season on young black men for so long that, it's sad that it took something such as this, or maybe even worse, for us to make these changes, because there's most definitely got to be changes. If you're not gonna serve and protect, that's one thing. If you're gonna murder on sight, let us know so we could be prepared.
The officer spoke to George Stephanopoulos. He said that there were no hands up, that there was taunting, that he said, you're too much of a to shoot me.
He said that there was intense hand-to-hand combat with Michael Brown in the seconds before he actually fired the weapon.
And that he had never, ever fired his weapon in the line of duty before.
My personal opinion, he's a liar. Michael Brown was unarmed. If you was wrestling with him and you fired a shot, what was the other 5 shots for? Was they necessary? If you fired 2 shots,
he said, I mean, my recollection is he said he kept coming at him.
If you fired 3 shots, were the other 3 necessary?
What did you think about the night of when they announced no indictment, that it turned that violent? What did you think about what was happening there?
Me sitting here, me being totally calm, I could say I don't agree with rioting. But if I was on that same block and saw little homie laying face down, and his body left there for X amount of hours, X amount of shots fired, I can't say that I wouldn't be with it.
When you look at the LA riots, and you kind of look back now that there's some perspective in time.
Most definitely.
Did that, there are some people who say it was a, terrible thing, for what Van just said, because, a lot of black-owned businesses were destroyed, and violence and people dying and everything else. On the other hand, there are some people who say, hey, it showed people that at a point, anger will boil over and you better do something or else. So what side do you think ultimately that all falls on?
I was a little younger when the LA riots happened, but, the rage that was felt on our side as well. I felt that same anger. And that's why we need to, address these laws. We need to address these issues. A lot of things need to come to the ground. We need to go right there to ground zero. And, not just the real leaders, the ones who could really change the laws, man. That's what need to go on. You know what I mean? That's what's going.
What law do you change to make things?
Right now we need a Mike Brown law right now, because if
what's a Mike Brown law?
I mean, right now if you unarmed, then you could get, an officer can open fire on me right now.
But there's a
unarmed.
But Rick, there's a difference.
And there's no indictment, and that's totally legal.
But Rick, there's a difference between being unarmed and I don't look. I wasn't there, so I don't think we'll ever know exactly what happened. We've only heard one side. But if someone does attack, even though they're unarmed, if they are attacking an officer,
hypothetically, if they go for the gun, if they go for your gun,
well, when I think of 6 shots, I'm thinking of a shootout. 6 shots, you could have shot somebody in the leg. Bam.
Yeah, no.
A lot of changes got to be made, and they're gonna be made.